Hello YouTube! Today we reacted to Sonic.EXE for the first time. I don't know anything about this. My friend Dunkachi actually made this video. Recommended it to me a while ago. And he said that this video here would probably be like the best entry point into it. I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm sure the video will probably explain it. But yeah, so this one is called The Horrifying Story of the Sonic.EXE That Feeds Off Your Nostalgia. Childhood has passed. Again, I have quite literally zero clue what is going on here. I'm not gonna lie, like I really don't know what the hell's going on. But yeah, we'll jump right into this. So I have a bunch of questions. But yeah, I don't know. I've always liked Sonic. Sonic Adventure 2 is my favorite game. I promise I'm not just some random poser that thought. I don't know. Let me start the video. All right. Also, hi, Lay. What's up, homie? Let's get into it.
Hey, greetings. I'm Sonic.
Sonic. Okay.
I was just killing some time for a while. Get it? Killing time.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever realized how vast this universe is?
So what the hell's going on
So
here?
much to explore. And above all, so many memories to recall. But despite the greatness of this universe, constant responsibilities, and the torment of what will come, never let you truly explore it. And they never will. Not until the day you die.
What the hell?
But tell me,
Oh.
have you ever wondered what you'd do if you had the chance to know what you do not know? What if, right now, in this precise moment of your existence,
A little disturbing.
someone came to show you exactly that?
Yo, what the fuck is happening, dude? Wait, hold up. I thought this. I mean, it literally starts with the horrifying. This looks cute. It looked nice. It's a little painter Sonic. Why you gotta ruin my boy, man?
That which
I don't think I want to open my third eye, Sigma.
don't know.
It's like a jump scare.
You guys could go watch the full animation
Okay, I hear my
on
boy,
AR's
okay.
YouTube channel. It's really cool to see after you watch this video. Or don't. I can't control what you do. Let's get on with the video. A horrifying entity that watches your every move from another plane of existence.
What the fuck
A
is going
creature
on?
feeding off of what you hold dear. Memories of a simple time. We know this thing as Childhood Has Passed. A creation by AR. I already made a video on
Oh,
this
hell
guy,
no, dude.
so why am I talking about him again? The creator of Childhood Has Passed DM'd me personally telling me that there was more stuff in the works, and there are additional versions of the character I didn't know about. He was also nice enough to give me a doc of
Yo, that is such a joke. I'm just gonna keep playing it.
about the
What the
character
fuck
as previously
is that? Oh,
published
hell
in the video
no.
I could find.
Dude, alright,
Some things might
quicker.
be
Dude, this is all.
repeated in
This is all
video, but
horrifying.
you may already know, but serves as a refresher.
Can we get a friendly
Don't
one?
worry, though. There's plenty of new things I'm going to talk about, such
Okay, we're gonna pause right there. Dude, what the fuck? Oh, hell no, man. That shit is disturbing to look at. I like this. I like this guy. He's. Let's stay here. Let's stay here for a bit. I actually guessed. No, I'm not gonna. I was like, well, I'm not sleeping. I'm so sorry. Oh no, man, yo, that was dude, especially with fucking Dunn's voice, where he's like all friendly and like, this is this, and then you just fucking just what the fuck? What are these pictures, man? I could not tell you, Lynn. I literally could not tell you. This is slightly disturbing. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, man. Sonic enjoyers are very interesting people. I'll tell you that for sure. And I say that because I am also a Sonic enjoyer. But I'm not one of like the super Sonic enjoyers. You know what I mean? Get it? Super Sonic. Oh, what a knee slapper that one was. I apologize. Let us proceed with the video.
as Childhood Has Passed, Good Future, and the first chapter of Childhood Has Passed story, as I didn't really go in detail as to what's happening and only showed snippets. I'll have timestamps for this video in the description, so you could skip to whatever part you want to. That out of the way, it's time we go
A lot of
back
good art.
to an old friend. In the last video, I mentioned there was an animation, of which AR does a great job making this thing seem terrifying. However, for all of my readers out there, there's a story written alongside this. A 21-page first chapter that gives a deeper look into the story of Sebastian, and a chapter 2 is on its way. Now, I'm not going to read all of it, as I feel that would
I
take
hate that
too
face.
long, in the sense that I already read it, but I'm gonna be summarizing it. The story starts with a child crying due to his father saying something about his mother that upset him, and his mother comforts him. It seems that his mother has some sort of medical condition, but she's not really too concerned about it. He's holding his stuffed animal close to his chest, an object that
oh no! Trying to subtitles for you guys. There you go.
Only snippets of what happens. What happens in the room when his only suspected. This is the same in the protagonist as it to this first. And offering
like
about it.
right
He's
here. Okay, there you go.
holding
All right.
his stuffed animal close to his chest. An object that's going to be important as he holds on to this for many years.
I do not remember this.
Though
Is this
this
Sonic
appears
CD?
to be fleeting, as it turns out to be some sort of dream, a memory of the past to our protagonist, Sebastian. You might recognize this name from the animations, and you'd be right. Childhood has many victims that crave what he offers, and the story of Sebastian explains just how victims are affected.
Okay, so what I'm understanding here is that these are stories made. So are these like creepy pastas or like fanfics? Is that basically what this is? That's what it seems like, at least.
Is the same Sebastian that's in the animation.
Pretty much.
That's only snippets of what
It's
happens.
trauma.
What happens in the room when his memories are reconstructed, how he feels. These are all things that get more explained. It seems that Sebastian had somewhat of a troubled childhood. He holds things that he loves close to his heart. On his way to work in the first chapter, he's thinking about how things were simple at some point. How he loved playing Sonic, how his mother took care of him, and how now things are just bittersweet.
Okay,
Things
so Sonic
weren't
is still
perfect, but
a
because of
game,
that,
and then
the good
okay.
things he had in his childhood stood out more. He was more so oblivious to all the bad things that would eventually catch up with him in his adulthood. Sebastian ends up missing the bus, and as he checks the clock, he realizes he's late for work. Anxiety taking over, feeling like time went by too fast. Even when he enjoyed things, he could never savor the moment. It was always fleeting. Even small inconveniences like this, he longed for the past. Something a lot of people can relate to. Eventually, the bus does show up, and upon stepping on it, it turns out to be completely packed. And apparently it smelled bad. It's a very high possibility. If you ever been on a crowded bus, you would know, or especially in the heat. It's terrible. And in moments like these, he wished he had a car, but was saving the money. It explains that his mother is sick, and he's working for that reason. He wants to take care of the woman who took care of him. So he has to be selfless. Keep this in mind as this.
I'm so curious about like what is going on here.
For those who watched my other video, you know where this is going. However, there is something new here in the story.
Dude, why are people making these demonic ass Sonics?
He misses it, relating to other people. He also hates Labyrinth Zone. And I'm with him because screw that zone. He has a bit of a rough relationship with his father nowadays, who is—
Oh, wait, one second, I got rated. Oh god, nice. Automod just fucking everything up. Hello, what's up, Kai? How you doing, homie? Hello. Hi, Clover. Hi, Kai. Good morning. Queen Buddy, thank you for the follow. Hi, Tanyo. Hi, Frost. How you guys doing? Nix Yam, thank you for the follow. Apex, what's up? Alopex. It's actually Alopex. Hi, 4-Leaf. Good morning. Sonic the Victor. Yeah, bro, dude. One of my friends actually the one that makes these videos. I don't know anything about Sonic.EXE. I literally don't know anything. Apparently these are like creepy pastas, fanfics, something like that. But I asked them, I was like, what's like a good one to like just look into? Because I remember a while ago, some people were like, oh, you should look into like Sonic creepy pastas. Maybe you'd enjoy it since you were like Sonic. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I like Sonic, but like, I don't know if I like it that much. I don't know. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try it out. Let me see what's going on. And let's see if I like it. But it's interesting to say the least right now. The pictures of Sonic are absolutely diabolical. Like, the stuff I'm seeing is literally just what the hell. How's Subnautica though? Hopefully you had a good time. Phoenixx, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. Talents, thank you for the follow. There's also Sonic.EXE animation, a bit gore, but well made. Dude, there's a lot of so okay, I have a quick question. So maybe somebody in here knows. These Sonic.EXE thing, right? I'm assuming like a bunch of people make them. So what is it that makes these specific ones stand out? Again, I'm at the beginning of the video, so maybe I just don't have the answer yet. Because right now they're just talking about the story of Sebastian, but like it's quite a while here, right? So this is almost because like what I don't really get is obviously if they're just explaining you know, like I don't know, like Knuckles versus Sonic lore, and they're talking about like how the Master Emerald, you know, is actually, I don't know, fucking the Tikal from Sonic Adventure 1, and this is recognized because the Big the Frog, whatever his name was, actually looked at Tikal in the eyes and he saw green, which could only represent, I don't know, you know, stuff like that makes sense. I'm like, okay, sure, you know, I mean, it's a bit convoluted, of course, but like because it's based off the game. But now what's interesting to me is lore on a game from a fan that invented his own lore. Like, how does that work? It's so interesting. But Sonic.EXE is canon? Wait, how come? How is that? We're trying to dominate them seas. I believe in you. Are you far? Is it your first time playing? Or is it just evil Sonic? But you can see they use an also, what's up with the EXE? That should be one of my first questions. What the hell is an EXE? I know it's an executable, something, that file that you click or some shit like that. But like, what does that mean? Like I don't understand what's going on. Essentially a game. Okay, program file. Okay, I see. Google basically says it's just a demonic interdimensional version creepypasta. Okay, well, anyways, like I said, we're learning about this. I'm trying to see what's going on right now. But like I said, the one we're watching is a horrifying story of the Sonic.EXE that feeds off your nostalgia. Was one of the first really big ones. Yeah, no, dude, I remember that one was like popping. I heard about that one a lot. Especially the second one is good so far, but I'm still getting, oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's bound to happen. Scary monsters in the sea. So a tweet from official Twitter said every Sonic is canon, and it sometimes brought fan-made into canon like Sonic. Who's Sonic? That sounds familiar though. And that sounds kind of nice though. You know, shout out W to Sega and the creators, man. I fuck with that. Anyways, let's see what's going on with Sebastian here. I don't know if anyone's familiar with this specific creepypasta, but hey, I said.
Just kind of relying on him to pay his mother's medical bills, and is incredibly harsh to him in the sense that he's very distant. He doesn't really keep in contact with Sebastian when he might need it the most, especially since
pardon me, looking wants to play Sonic CD. I don't think I've ever beaten it. I think I got to World 7, and then my dumbass little fucking self
Sebastian, I need the money. Okay, bye. And this will continue for some time. This, plus work and the stress of having someone he cares deeply about on her deathbed, amounts to what happens. The story goes into more detail about his relationship with his father and how stressful life currently is. This leads us to Clocko Sonic, who appears in the mirror after Sebastian
Clocko Sonic. Okay.
Keep in mind, Sebastian sees a vital part of his childhood talking to him when he's at his lowest point and has no idea what he's capable of. At first, he
dude, old Sonic was kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie.
And Clocko Sonic knows just how to.
I remember Sonic and Knuckles was kind of hard.
The clock asks our protector.
Actually, just quick side note, my fault. I think the only Sonic I completed when I was a kid was I think no, dude, Tails' Adventure was fucking hard, man. That shit was tough. But Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, I think are the ones that I've 100% completed. I guess Sonic R as well. Sonic Fighters, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's a completed game. Was there anything else? I don't think I've ever beaten like the OG Sonic or anything else aside from those. So yeah, but I do remember there's one that I beat, but I can't remember for life of me what it was. Oh, Sonic Unleashed was really good too. Yes, I beat Sonic Unleashed as well. Sonic Unleashed was absolutely wonderful. I actually really liked that game. Oh, and there was like I think Sonic Z or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really like that game, but like I beat it. I beat it at least. Sonic Adventure 2 is probably the best Sonic. That's actually like a top. They need to bring Chao Gardens back so fucking badly, bro. I need that shit. You ever want to trigger some anxiety, push down, listen to Sonic drowning music? Oh my god, don't even get me started Sonic drowning music. Lord have mercy.
Things were better. Sebastian wonders what the clock is talking about and is naturally curious. I mean, if you saw this thing talking to you in the reflection suddenly, sounding super friendly, like it wants to help you after a stressful day of work, after everything that is going on, you might as well agree too. I mean, you might think you're going crazy. At that point, you're like, fuck it, why not? So he agrees.
I mean, I don't know about that. I don't think I'd say that, man. I think I'd start praying.
He's taken back to
Hell no, man. I don't care how bad of a time I'm having. I'm not talking to that weird ass Sonic clock.
Story. When this happens, I believe it's Christmas Day of the current day. Our protagonist wakes up. A warm light can be felt over his closed eyelids. It's Christmas Day. It's set for the first time he got what he cherished the most. He jumped up to open his gift, and it was Sonic 1 with the Sega console. Ecstatic and not even really thinking, he plays for a while and notices that the clock on the TV is set to 12 and 3. A sound fills the room, and he wakes up. During this process, he can kind of hear his mother and father talking, but it's in like a weird dream state, so it's not as loud and they seem to be getting along, kind of making Sebastian feel secure. You know, his parents are nearby. They're discussing something, but he's not really too concerned.
So I'm kind of understanding what's going on here.
He continues to play his Sega console. I mean, after all, that was the joy, feeling that excitement when you wake up to playing a game that you now cherish, only to suddenly wake up. And when he does, he's late for work. He tries to hurry, but once he gets there, his boss decides it's been too many times since Sebastian's been late. He thought he was just going to have another day at the office.
But Sebastian has been late too many times now. And his boss, as cruel as he is, does something terrible. And Sebastian loses his job at the worst possible time.
And afterwards, going on his blog to complain about it. It's been a pretty bad day for him, so naturally, he doesn't have anything to say much about the Sonic, but he talks about a weird dream that he had where he went back to the past. Sebastian gets a call from his father, but now he has to figure out where he's going to get money. So he has...
The gameplay was so... Well, we just start spinning right as the thing was going down. That should be dead.
To go out and try to find someone where he can borrow money so he can pay his bills and potentially get another job. However, Clocko Sonic comes back and tells Sebastian that he can see the future, past, and present. Sebastian is slightly surprised to see Clocko Sonic is back, but it's here our protagonist acknowledges the existence of the being and believes that he's telling the truth. I mean, if he can send him back in time, why wouldn't he be able to see all presence of time? Though this is where Clocko Sonic fools Sebastian.
I really like the design
saying
of this
that because he can see the future, he knows that stress will overcome him and he'll pass out the moment he steps outside. I mean, he literally got taken back in time, kind of. So this is probably true. You'll see why I say kind of later. In the way Clocko Sonic is talking, you gotta think he's friendly. He has the face of your favorite character. He's not creepy yet. So naturally,
creepy yet?
Him. It's Sonic. He even expresses empathy to Sebastian after he got fired. And after a stressful days, offers for him to go back. Once again, he agrees.
You deserve a break. A little break from this English won't hurt you, right? Look at my clock and let's go back.
I mean, life is so stressful. You lost your job, and now you get a chance to feel the childhood wonder that he had before. Surely it can't hurt just to dip your toes in, right? Thinking he can
hell no, bro. What the fuck? Why you do that shit? Come on, done. That's some bullshit. Oh, dude. My heart rate was just coming down. Oh my god. Okay, man. Suck my dick.
Protagonist attempts to leave the room this time to open a pill bottle and make his parent take the medicine to prevent the future. I mean, he was sent back in time. If his mother were to take her condition more seriously at this time, then maybe he could prevent what's happening now. Sure, he's enjoying this feeling, but he
next screen, bro. I've seen it long enough.
This specific room, the door is locked. He cries out for his mother, but no response. The loud noise takes over the room again, and before he could try to leave, he wakes up. It had turned out that he had been asleep for pretty much a whole day.
I'm so sorry, Sebastian. I had no idea that in the time you went to your memories, your mother would die from not being able to get her medicine.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe I kept you with me for too long. I'll be more careful next time. Don't bother to break this mirror. I am in everything that reflects. I am someone of my word. I will never leave. Oh, please, Sebastian. Wasn't it you who wanted to go back to your memories? Trying to change the past to get a different future?
Oh, hell no.
Don't be so stupid. You can't change time.
Now, Clocko Sonic reveals its true colors. The rest plays out how you know it to, as he's sent back to the past once again after being mocked by Clocko Sonic. He doesn't have a choice to go back now, as our antagonist
Hey, come on,
has full control. Clocko Sonic morphs the room and makes his own mother mock him. Clocko Sonic is now in everything that reflects, has full power over Sebastian's mind, and there is no escaping him. After all this,
Yeah,
our
man,
protagonist
Clocko Sonic kind of
falls
an
into
asshole.
a coma. I really
Oh, shit, what the
summarize the
fuck?
story as it has some pretty cool moments. Like in the beginning, Sebastian's mother says, "Eyes are the windows to the soul." And at the end of it, Clocko Sonic has morphed into Sebastian's mother and asks, "The eyes are the windows to the soul, right? And what do you see in mine?" And honestly, that phrasing goes hard. I will say there are some
enough.
parts in the English translation that's worded weird, but I also understand AR speaks another language, and
Yeah,
it was nice
that's
enough
right.
to translate 2 versions for you to read. Chapter 2 will likely explore what's going to happen to Sebastian, so be sure to follow AR on Twitter. Link will be down below, along with the first chapter so you guys can read it too. He's also
Espanol.
working on
Okay.
more animations for the story, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I do think you guys should read it for yourself, but I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll post a video of me reading the full thing on my second channel. Let me know if you guys want that, by the way. Now that we know the story of Childhood Is Past, let's discuss a few fun facts and additional questions AR has written out. I'll be reading directly from that document, so credit goes to him for
The
writing
eyes are
this. If you have any
absolutely
questions
disturbing.
about the creature and its motives, it'll likely be explained here. Question 1. How does Childhood Is Past know all of its victims? Childhood Is Past
And I
watches
hate- this is
everyone
the
from
worst
fourth
one. I hate
dimension
looking at
through
this
the
one, bro.
reflections that exist across the
I
entire
wanna
cosmos,
turn my eyes, man.
including alternate realities and probabilities. It does
Okay,
this
this
in
one's not as
search
bad
of
as
a
the other. It's
reality
a little disturbing,
where
though.
escape might be possible. Something it knows deep down is impossible. Still, by seeing everything through reflections, it becomes an omniscient being.
Me
It
too,
watches
yeah, me
every
too.
living creature capable of reasoning and experiencing or feeling nostalgia. From the moment you are born, it is already watching you. Perhaps from the reflection of the television, perhaps from a puddle of water, perhaps from your mother or father's
God, what game
eyes,
was this?
perhaps
Was
from
this
your
Sonic
own mirror,
3D?
or even
Dude, this was a good
perhaps
game.
from the very screen where you are seeing this. It knows about you, but it never reveals itself. It's not time yet. For it, time doesn't
Oh, no, it
matter.
was Sonic
can
3D.
simply
No, no,
walk
sorry.
through the
Yeah,
past,
I remember
present,
this.
and future. It can predict
Sonic
what you're
3D
going
did have
to
something
do,
similar,
and
but it was
perhaps
like
you'll never
it's like
come
those
to
worlds
know
where you
it
have to like
because you're
collect
not
all like the
nostalgic enough.
circles.
But rest assured, in another reality, it has already won. Right now,
What the
in this
hell?
very moment, in another time, in another world
Okay.
exactly like this one,
The what now? What do you mean? I don't
childhood
understand.
has already appeared and presented itself personally to each one of us. So it is
I
essentially
wonder if this is
all-seeing
Dunkachi
and
playing or if
everywhere
it's
at
someone
once.
else.
Man, I love psychological horror. And that's like the terrifying aspect of it. It's not here to kill you. It's here to use you, to manipulate you, keep you alive in English, promise you something good and take it away. That's the appeal of Childhood Is Past, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because in my last video I do go into detail and I explain the basics of it, but we see the story of Sebastian and how it can take this one person. Sebastian could be anyone, right? A hard day at work, a bad childhood,
Amy.
and he needs something to cling on to, some sort of hope, and Childhood Is Past will capitalize on that. Not because it's evil, but because it can. It has one desire, and that is its motive. But you'll
That
see
shit
what
kind of
I
fucked
mean
up, man.
a little bit later. This is something I didn't know when I was making this video. The Eye of the Clock. Childhood holds an artifact in its hand. The clock on its hand is a separate entity from childhood, yet this artifact never leaves it. This object has a mind of its own. While childhood knows everything about you and can use that to manipulate you, it cannot recreate childhood memories without the help of its inseparable artifact. When making a deal with the victim, childhood will ask them to look into the eye of the clock in exchange for a journey back to the past. Upon gazing into the eye of the clock, it will see all the memories inside the victim's mind, memories that childhood can finally work with. The truth is, childhood doesn't actually send you back to the past. It sends you into your memories, or rather, into a recreated version of one of your memories. It's usually a small enclosed space because the victim cannot move beyond the limits defined by the reconstructed memory. If you try to go further, childhood will attempt to trigger events to keep your attention, like imitating the voice of a loved one, the sounds of childhood games, or the comforting smells of youth. The one-eyed artifact can take on various forms depending on what the character requires. It can be an inanimate object, an animal, or even an entity that speaks and interacts, but it will always have only one eye open. If it imitates a character that talks and moves, it will never let go of childhood's hand, nor will it leave its side. Okay, a few things to unpack. So, first of all, this explains why Sebastian isn't able to leave his room, being as it only reconstructs that specific room. Keep in mind, childhood's
Loki, right? I think so.
The plane of existence
Bubsy mentioned, yeah,
I
man.
do think it's interesting. So let's say you have a character, right? And it has an inseparable mascot, best friend, whatever, Banjo-Kazooie, let's say that. You have a Banjo O'Clock, okay? Kazooie could technically be his object because it's an
I do want to play Banjo-Kazooie,
It's sort of like a mascot. Yes, it's alive, but it would adapt the personality that you know and love. There's a lot of other examples that I can think of. The fact that the object itself is sort of like a being that is made to assist Clocko Sonic is pretty interesting. Hell, if you're nostalgic for Blaze, it would have her gems. If you're nostalgic for Eggman, it'll have
I've always wanted to play
contraption or something.
What is it, Sonic Rush? I think it is.
Perfectly designed to.
Or is it Sonic Advance? I don't know. I think it's Sonic
Rush.
Rush.
It can go from animes to games to anything you could possibly think of. In the hypothetical, it could even be Mario O'Clock, and he has Cappy as his inanimate object that he uses. I think the reason why it's a clock for Sebastian is because he feels like the passage of time is too fast. So if he could just go back to the past and experience that, a clock kind of signifies the passage of time, but also the want to go back. So why Sonic O'Clock has his clock is because it relates to Sebastian specifically. That's a pretty neat detail.
Dude, side note, I'm watching the gameplay in the background at the same time. I'm not gonna lie, this dude be looking kind of tough. I think I understand why I couldn't beat it. I don't think it's because I was horrible as a kid. I think this is just maybe a little bit harder than I thought it would be. Like if you miss the jump, like you just die.
But here's where things
Or you
might
fall
be
off.
interesting
There you go.
about that
Versus
not
that zero
being able
zero
to
rings.
break out of his dimension. Can childhood is past
Monkey
attack other
workbench.
EXEs? Although childhood cannot interact with them physically due to being behind the reflections, if it encounters one, it will make the same offer as always, if it senses nostalgia within them. This means that if there is nostalgia in a godly entity, the ability can work on them. But what EXE feels nostalgic? Well, I can tell you that someone like Lord.EXE might be tempted to accept this offer. Sure, he can have anything.
Who the
he
hell
really
is
wants,
this?
But would Lord.EXE take the bait? He doesn't really have a way of knowing
Why
what
are you getting
this
close,
thing
man? I
can
don't
do.
like it.
And it would be
freak,
interesting to
back
go
off.
back when he was first torturing victims as 2011X. I like that AR included this in the document.
Oh,
because I
I've
know
seen this one
people
before.
would
Is this the
ask
OG?
At some point, Let me know in the comments, what EXE do you think would be most tempted? I'm gonna say Needle
done?
Mouse
Still
would
going.
be up there.
Oh,
There
okay,
are
there's
so
just a whole
many
bunch of different
AU
ones.
possibilities where an EXE meets this being, and there's a lot to really explore here. So I just thought that that was really cool that he can interact with other EXEs. What happens if you reject its offer at different stages? I'm sure some people would be like, okay, but what if I said no? I mean, I miss the past, I'm nostalgic, but if you reject its offer the first time it appears, it will simply stare at you with its usual smiling face, without saying a single word. After about 30
That's
seconds,
all
it will
disturbing.
prevent you from leaving wherever you are, including weakness in your body and an unbearable headache, all while smiling. This sudden pain will cause you to pass out. It does this so you won't remember it or anything that just happened. If you do remember something, it will only be vague figures speaking in gibberish. Afterward, you can continue with your life as usual, though if it senses overwhelming nostalgia in you again, it may return. Maybe in 20 years.
It's kind of fucked up, man.
maybe
I don't like
more,
this guy. This guy's
maybe
pissing me
less.
off right now.
Also,
Like, I want him
AR
to
made
die.
a joke saying that this is how it looks at you when you say no to show there are no hard
God.
feelings. Now, I'm no emotion expert, okay, but this kind of looks like he's upset with me. I don't know though, guys. So that's what happens during its first stage. If you reject its offer
It's kind of hard to
during the
explain.
second
I'll explain in a
what
sec.
happens is technically the same as the first, except now you'll be left with the constant feeling of being watched. You no longer remember what you saw, but now you're aware that something is observing you. You specifically. Have you ever felt like you were being watched? Have you turned around for no reason? Have you...
I better not be
felt
trying to get a jump
followed?
scare, bro.
Maybe, just maybe, you've already met it. And if you're staring into your reflection, don't stare for too long. Remember, it doesn't like being watched. Okay, I find that a little funny that the observer doesn't like to be observed.
Yes,
I mean,
that is
what,
pretty
you
ironic,
can
isn't
stare
it?
at me all throughout my life, but God forbid we make eye contact.
Oh, man,
Maybe
that
he's
guy's
got,
just
like,
kinda
little
being
bit
a
of
hoe.
anxiety. If you reject its offer in the third stage, the same thing for the previous two stages will happen, but now it will actively seek for you to look into its hand claw. At this point, you've already given enough power over your mind to make it appear in every reflective surface. In the previous phases, you could only see it in a specific mirror. Now, it no longer needs to pretend. It will make its intentions clear. And you'd better avoid looking into any reflection because you can be sure it will drag you back to your safe place once more. The problem is, in this world, everything reflects.
Hi, Pyro.
You can try to tear your eyes out, but its voice will echo in every surface around you, mimicking family members, the sounds of childhood pets, even your own voice. At that point, there is no going back. You've already lost. Rejecting its offer.
That makes me mad, bro. I don't like that. I don't like this whole you lost. Is there a version? There a chapter where he loses?
Now you are dependent, and there's no turning back. Once you see its hand clock in the reflections again, the final stage begins. This is where the name Childhood Has Passed comes in. In this stage, you are now trapped inside your mind, not to kill you, for a greater purpose. Your consciousness gives it strength, and another one of it will manifest before a new victim, like a virus.
Alright, go to picture, bro.
The more it will appear, fulfilling its purpose again.
Oh,
and
scary. That's
again.
good
To
character
childhood
design,
has
though. Honestly, I
passed.
like it.
You are a means to an end. You have a greater purpose to create more possibilities. Even though childhood knows he cannot escape, he will try and keep trying until he creates an infinite possibility that in one scenario, he breaks free. Your consciousness is gone, but your body is still there. It's not like childhood takes your body. So what happens to you once you're in a vegetative state with childhood in your mind? It's
Dude, I just talked
impossible
about
to
Sonic
determine,
Rush. I
but
look, you
one
want that
thing
game.
is
I want to
certain.
try it.
In your mind,
Dude, I get
there's
emulator or
no
something.
perception of time.
Maybe I'll stream it this week.
1,000 years may pass inside your head, while only seconds go by in the real world. You can live your life 10 times over in your mind, but outside, you remain in a coma, and it's right there with you. Your mind no longer belongs to you, and it will stay that way until it decides to make you believe that you're dead. Your consciousness won't
kinda
shut
fucked up.
off, but it will pretend not to exist anymore. But that decision
Stop looking at
is
me, you
no
freak.
longer yours. You had your chance
Oh,
to take
ew.
control of your present.
That shit was not
yet you
smiling a
gave
second
it
ago, bro. Stop.
entirely to
Get it
your
off my
past.
screen, bro. I hate this one
But
so
hey,
bad.
You got to relive your happiest memories, so, you know, there's that. Here's a fun extra fact. Childhood doesn't refer to its impersonated forms as vessels. As a hive mind entity that exists in multiple places at once, it calls them skins. Since it doesn't possess the character, it merely imitates their appearance. Now, this isn't exclusive to just Sonic, as I've stated before. It can take any form and character who is your favorite. If you're nostalgic for an EXE, it could hypothetically become that EXE as a clock. I don't know why it'd do that, but it can. I also wanted to show these off because I thought they were kind of cool. There's
Those
also
are cool
a
designs,
Tails
yeah.
along with Hatsune Miku and Sans
Ooh.
Undertale.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Brother, I'm so old. People can get nostalgic for Undertale, including me. Also, Hatsune Miku's item it uses to send you back is a microphone. That's pretty cool. Why doesn't childhood kill? Childhood doesn't really need to kill. It's not interested in it, since there's nothing to gain from it. If it kills a victim after they reject its offer, it loses a chance to try again. To it, every thinking being is important, because according to childhood, one of them might hold the key to escaping the fourth dimension. Also, if it uses you, it can gain more power, so why would it kill you when it could have the benefit from using your spirit and morphing you into it, kind of? Now, could childhood kill you?
Sick
So
hat.
let's say that childhood is set on killing you. If it truly wanted to, it wouldn't even have to touch you. If it showed its true form, its fourth dimensional self, in a mirror, the sheer incomprehensibility of it would be enough to shatter your mind. But as we've said, that that it doesn't want that. So kind of like how you can't register what a biblically accurate angel looks like, but in this case, you'll just die. Now, here is a pretty interesting
What up, Mitchell?
question,
How you doing,
because
homie?
it really sounds like childhood is evil, but this goes on to answer that question. So, is childhood inherently evil?
Yes.
Childhood is neither good nor evil.
Come
It is
on
a
now.
being with a purpose. It has no sense of morality or malice. It manipulates because
I don't know, man. That's a little bit questionable, dude. We'll see what they say. But bro, dude is clearly using advantage of weak people to get something. I wouldn't say that there's clearly some malice there, right? But I mean, I guess are you able to do something without wanting to be evil? Like, okay, if I just took something, I don't know. Okay, let's say Mitchell has a lollipop, and I just take it, but like the goal is so that I can be freed. Can you do that without having any type of like negativity in your heart? I mean, maybe you could, I guess. I don't know. What the hell?
manipulation just works. It has learned from humanity and from the effectiveness of cruelty. It knows nothing of fun or joy. Its supposed innocence and malicious laughter are just imitations, reflections of what it has seen. On its own, it has no desire other than to escape. It can show compassion, though it doesn't see it in that way. It can be cruel, though it finds no satisfaction in it. It can show rage, though it doesn't understand it. It imitates, guesses, pretends, but it is not. I find this interesting because when it tells Sebastian, I don't think it actually wants to necessarily. Rather, the protagonist is kind of doing it to himself. This is how he wants to be treated because he made a mistake. He gave in to the past, and because of that, he missed his mother's death. It's a really sad thought, and encountering this thing, especially as a Sonic fan, is terrifying. So it's kind of learned from humanity and the cruelty, and that's how it can best respond to things, but it can change depending on the person. This entity is so personalized, and that's also why it's terrifying. But what if it didn't have to be this way? What if instead you were shown hope? That things might look hard now, but they're not so bad. Childhood has passed. Good future. Every time nostalgia overcomes you, he will appear to show you that
I think they did a really
past
good
is
job
not
showing the
exactly better than
transition between
present.
the
If he
stage
appears
1 and
5
stage
times,
5.
his last form will make you see all the positive possibilities that the present brings. The idea of his existence is to be the one who helps you leave the past behind and move on. If you have already accepted it before then, he will not appear. It's good to have nostalgia and look at things fondly, but hey, the present doesn't look so bad. And that's what he wants to show you. There is still plenty to learn about this specific version of the character. For now, that's childhood. I'll be talking about them in a completely separate video because they are different characters with different objectives. A huge shout out to AR for helping me with this video.
I'm about to start tweaking, bro. I swear to God, the gameplay in the back is driving me insane.
Showing it to me and getting into contact.
It cannot be that.
Be sure to check out his Twitter for.
How are they struggling so much?
Chapter 2 is on its way. So if you guys are interested in that, or you guys want me to read it, or if you guys want another update, let me know. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Subscribe, and remember, stay freaky.
Also, I think it's really cool that it has past, good future, and bad future. That's a reference to Sonic.EXE, if you didn't know.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking, I was like, because they kept going back in time, the future, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Me with trash fig game. I'm dead. Wait, this is good. We got a movie coming out? Oh shit! I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Okay, I think that was interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I came into this not really expecting much in terms of like not quality. I figured the quality would be decent, but I just didn't think it'd be like interesting. I'd be like, oh, it's kind of just weird. Like, what the hell is going on here? But I think this is pretty nice actually. I like how people have taken different aspects of Sonic and like just like redone it in like a way that you know, like is interesting with the whole past and future thing with the clock and all that stuff. I think it's cool. I think it's nice. I am curious to know more about what's going on in this world with the whole EXE things. I want to understand the appeal of it. That's what I want to understand. I want to understand why does this make so many people go cuckoo? Get it? Because clocks. Cuckoo clock. No? Okay. Anyways. Right. But yeah, no, I just want to know why people think this is like I said, well, no, I can understand why. But I want to know, like, how does someone get into this? How does someone like wake up one day or like watch a video and they're like, holy shit, I need to see like 50 more of these, you know? Is this more of like, is this like the people that are just really like Sonic and like just want any type of, you know, they just want to consume any type of content that has to do with it? It's kind of people like that like read like WhatsApp, no, not WhatsApp, sorry, what's called Wattpads of like fan fictions of like, I don't know, like Zayn and Harry Styles from One Direction kissing or some shit. Like, oh god, I'll eat up anything. Like, is it kind of like that, or is this like, or is there something to it? I'm really curious. Because I'm not gonna lie, I think the art, I think the like this story is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's actually pretty solid. I think the character design is fantastic. The art style is beautiful. Like this is genuinely really fucking like good. Like I respect this. But it's like, what makes someone want to see more? Seriously, people like analog horror. What's analog horror again? The internet is weird. I mean, that you're definitely not wrong about that. So what happened? It's basically this little Sonic here. He shows up at like kids' or not kids, like just people that are like, you know, like deal with like a lot of nostalgia and stuff like that. Like, you know, just remember the past and so on and so forth. They want to go in the past, and then they kind of like use advantage of that to like take their soul, if I'm not mistaken. I think is what it was. But that's like the gist of it. Like, your best know you, Mitchell. Yeah, Wattpad fiction are very interesting. Man, analog horror is the best. That sounds familiar. I just don't know what it is. People think this probably, honestly, there probably is. There definitely is. I'm not gonna lie. There definitely is somewhere. But I think the storyline goes more or less. I'm sure, like I said, I didn't explain it in any detail, but like I said, I think it's interesting. You know, it's got its spookiness to it. Like this little fucker here, like, you know, like I said, I'm watching this and I'm actually like annoyed. Like I'm pissed at this thing. Like this thing pissed me off. But anyways, I don't know, it's like the VHS. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But then aren't those? I guess those are based on like fictional stories about real life. So I guess what's the harm in making it fictional stories about characters? I guess I get it. I think it's because I think what I'm lacking to like connect in terms of like the bridges is obviously for like, let's say like Mothman, right? It's like you could be like, oh, there's been sightings, you know. It's stuff that like, although like you believe are not real, like the reality is like it could exist, you know. But like in the Sonic world, Sonic is already like a fake world. So like a fake world within a fake world, that's what, like I don't really grasp my head around. That's what, like I'm kind of like lacking in terms of like understanding the true appeal of this. Like but at the same time, this was good. This was fun. So I'm curious. But anyways, if anyone watches this video that is part of the Sonic.EXE, community, like like that, like the creepypasta and so on, so like, please let me know if there's any videos you guys recommend for me to check out. I'm curious to know, what people suggest checking out, and hopefully I'll find something cool, and I'll understand a little bit more as the videos go on. But like I said, I'm down to watch more of this. Like I said, I think also shout out to Dunn, bro. Dunn did a fantastic job editing this. I love his little icon. Just a whole world in general, 10 out of 10. Like I really I cannot get over how cool the character designs are. Like I genuinely think it's so absolutely fucking wonderful. Anyways, that is all from me. Goodbye YouTube. Goodbye.